Hi. Last week I was reading something on Twitter and Facebook, and I think it was in LinkedIn as well, by Jessica Taylor, who was making a very important statement, really, about independence of mind in the sexual violence community, being able to speak your truth, which to me seems a fundamental right when you've been denied silence by abusers in childhood often, that you need to be free. And I think my experience of 22 years, going on from what Jessica was saying, is if you don't conform, if you don't say the things that people believe are the collective wisdom, if you kind of stand up and say, well, actually, if you thought about this, and is that right? You upset power, whether that's micro power in a small group that calls itself a peer support group, or it's commissioners of services, politicians, leaders of all kinds in systems, people. And psychology tells us, and Jessica will know this very well, that our society is constructed on kind of groupings of in and out, and that's why we have exclusion. That's why we have racism, sexism, othering, and to stand out and be different, to say things, is a threat to people. And that's crazy in sexual violence, because that's what abusers do to children. They make them stand out as other. They make them different so that they can be manipulated, groomed, all these things. They use those tools, and we should be free, and actually we should be revolutionary free and being willing to stand up and speak truth. Evidence it, have the facts behind you. That upsets power even more when you do that. But just to have an opinion and say you think you're right. But Jessica's right. There's a price to pay for it in a society that's forgotten about individuality, that is collectively willing to group things to the point where it will harm itself often. And that needs to be challenged. And I think people like Jessica and myself, to a degree, as I get older, will not stop doing it. And whether you like it or not, that's freedom. And freedom is important when you've been a survivor, because it was taken away from you. And that's your natural right to challenge for your freedom, to be treated and respected for your views and for your experience of the world.